What are you doing at uni?
I do fashion management at uni. It's an integrated master's course, so I get an undergraduate and a master's when I graduate. That actually wasn't always my plan. I was originally planning on doing law, and I think in COVID it actually changed my perspective on things a lot, and I thought, I don't want to do something because I think that's what everyone else is doing. I want to do something that I actually enjoy. And that's where I started sort of researching different things I could do, and yeah, fashion management just sort of came to the forefront really. COVID massively impacted my social life. I actually turned 18 in the first lockdown. So the time when you're supposed to be going out, going clubbing, like going to the pub with your friends, all of that kind of thing. I'd had a big party planned, celebrated just in the house with just my immediate family, and then the rest of my family over Zoom. So yeah, massively impacted my social life. I think now I'm at uni and I've managed to sort of regain that social life back. It almost felt like the end of the world really. Like at that age, all you want to be doing is being out with your friends and just being social really. It has had a noticeable effect in terms of social life and also the actual teaching of my course. When I first started, it was all online. It was completely online because of COVID. Then it kind of moved to a blended approach. So half of our lectures would be in person, some of our seminars, and then half would still be online. And then we still have things that are online now, even though we're supposedly sort of completely back to normal. They've actually chosen to keep some of the blended aspect. So that's the sort of aspect from my course that's actually had the knock-on effect from COVID. And I think the social aspect, in our first year, we didn't have any societies were running. No social events could take place, and my course, there's a massive sort of different group of people from all across the world, across the country, and it's hard to sort of make those connections with people and make those different friendships if you haven't had the opportunity right from the start. It kind of feels like we're in second year now. You feel like you should know everyone, but you don't. So I think that's had that's the knock-on effect of that. It's kind of like that awkward, you don't know if you can make friends at this point. Of course, like everyone knows that you can, but it's just a bit awkward really. Yeah, so I think the initial thought was actually quite happy. Obviously, if anyone gets told like your exams are being cancelled, you don't have to go through exam season, exam stress. Like it was all fresh in our minds with GCSEs and the stress of GCSEs. It was actually my immediate reaction was quite happy to not have to go through that again. But I think as we sort of went further into lockdown and realised actually I have no control over my grades now. Everything I've done so far wasn't supposed to count, but now everything suddenly does count. So it's like we weren't putting in 100% effort on every single homework we'd put in because, you know, you just naturally you don't. But all of a sudden that's going to be your entire A level. There was nothing you could do to control your grade. There was no more effort you could put in because all of a sudden you weren't being assessed the way that you were going to be assessed. And I think that was really scary actually. The way that they did it at first, I don't know if everyone's familiar, but they made this algorithm, so it took into account which school you went to, even the people in your class. So the teachers had to rank everyone from best student to worst student effectively within the class. And then they took all these different factors in and they produced this algorithm which gave you your grade. And when that first came out, on results day, those are the results that we all opened. And I really did not do well with those results. So I think I was predicted A star, A, B, and I got B, B, C, I want to say. So it just threw off my grades completely, and I think I cried on results day because with those results I wouldn't have got into the university I wanted to go to. I think COVID in general for the world has changed a lot of things, but I think for me on a personal level, I think my life probably has and probably will continue to go even more back to normal. I mean, I go to uni, I live in a uni house with my friends, I go on holidays, I went on holidays last summer. So I think there's always going to be those few little things, like I'm always going to be resentful that I spent my 18th birthday in lockdown. But I think for now and from now forward, I think my life's gone pretty much back to normal.